Welcome back to Ace Combat Zero, Mission 3. We'll see you after the briefing.
Head Operations has issued an emergency order for a reconnaissance mission to be conducted near the border. You will be monitoring the airspace B-7R, currently under Belkan control. Strong opposition is expected by enemy squadrons, and the presence of a magnetic field has been detected, which may interfere with communications. In short, this will not be a walk in the park. The B-7R airspace is located above an area rich in subterranean resources, where many conflicts have been fought in the past. You're authorized to engage enemy planes upon contact. The time has come for your skills to be tested.
But man, this game looks amazing when it's on... If you play this on an emulator in hardware mode, if you max out the native resolution, this game is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh yeah, I am going to try that eventually, but, so yeah, hello, welcome back, and as you can clearly see, I do have a guest with me this time.
I'm Lune. I'm responsible for Siphon Filter, and I love Ace Combat.
Who doesn't?
We're going straight into the first mission that contains a boss fight in this, if I remember correctly from my Ace Combat plan days. And you are playing Knight right now, so you're gonna get the easier one, because there is the difference is that the Mercenary gets the harder bosses because you get all the money, and the Knight doesn't get as much money, so you get the easier bosses.
Belkan Priority 1 Strategic Airspace B-7R, aka the Round Table. It was the grand stage where we pilots performed. We were all on an equal footing, fighting under the same conditions. No affiliations or ranks to hinder us. Aces from every nation crisscrossed through those skies in pursuit of air superiority. The only rule of engagement was to survive.
Just two planes venturing into hostile airspace.
Comm team, this is Eagle Eye. Penetrate.
One of them probably barely capable of flying.
Comm 2, roger.
No, I kid, we're not flying the MiG-21.
You know, even this plane is tiny compared to Pixie's plane. That's why I always started off this game. You know, just see, oh, you get the Tiger, and it's like, oh man, that plane sucks. I'd rather have something else, but I can't.
Yeah. Well, the good news is by the time we come back here for the next round, we will be flying an Eagle similar to Pixie's, so, you know, at least we'll be playing this as close to canon as we can get.
Engage. We will survive.
Retroactive challenge. Shoot down every plane with guns.
Oh god
Real.
damn it. No.
Real Demon Lord.
No. God, I had hard enough time, like, shooting down planes with guns when I was cheating. Like, are you kidding me?
That's because you gotta approach the right angles. There actually is a lot of depth to the fighting in this game. Like the way you did it right there. If you go firing off missiles at like every lock-on, you will miss half of them. If you come in at the right angles, and it's even angling your plane left or right and turning, that way you can fire missiles and they'll go at the right angle. It's a lot of thing that just comes up as you play. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, like, generally speaking, like, you want to get your nose, like, not exactly, like, way out in front, but just in front enough of the plane that you're running down, and that's generally what's going to score you basically a hit and a kill if you're using just straight missiles.
If you take a hit from that fish bed... I can't believe you're being outmaneuvered by a MiG-21, man.
Oh, come on.
Missile pike.
This is also another thing that happens in Ace Combat a lot, is just because you don't really... The starting planes don't really have the maneuverability to keep people from getting around you. And then you just get locked in these, just stare at this guy forever and keep trying to turn and get a hold on him.
Yeah.
Which, in case, you're probably better off just going after another target and weaving through this guy, because Pixie will eventually kill his ass off.
Yeah.
Planes
Like, yeah, you see there, I just basically gave up on him one after the next F4.
Gun range.
You know, you said you're not going to be doing like air combat, not even for a bonus thing. It's a good thing because the further back you go in AC, especially if you started with these ones, you got to unlearn a lot of things because you can't really do this turning and rolling and you know, going up like that. There's a lot of things that you just can't do, and Ace Combat 3 is really bad because of that. Let's just say that.
Oh, yeah. Again, another good reason why I'm not doing Ace Combat 3, but yeah, like, going into Ace Combat 2 from playing, like, probably 0 about 3 or 4 times... Why am I doing 2? Because 2 comes chronologically next in the timeline after 0.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, like,
that's
just,
gonna be tough then.
yeah, like,
Because-
go... Sorry.
No, you know, there's always this kind of chemistry you learn when you co-commentate with someone for the first time. But when you go straight to Ace Combat 2, I mean, there's going to be a lot of things that you can't do that you're taking for granted in these games right now.
Yeah, like, you can't, like, hold triangle and just focus the camera on your target as you're maneuvering around like that. I got smacked in the face like with a 2x4 on that one. I'm going, oh, crap.
Seems like you've gotten straight to the boss fight here.
Yep.
Radar shows additional craft approaching area B7R at high speed. Gum 2 to Gum 1. Enemy reinforcements, probably the main force. Indigo 1 to all units. Target spotted. Commencing attack.
And this music.
Oh, yeah. I know, I love just the fact that the mandolin is like a major element of this game's soundtrack.
Unlike you mercenaries, I fight for a real cause.
So yeah, the ironic thing here is, like, the Indigo Squadron is probably one of the weaker squadrons you encounter, but the fact that they're flying Griffins compared to the other, like, boss squadrons that you encounter for this mission, they actually have the better planes, ironically. Because Groom Squadron is a squadron of F-18s, and I think Rod is Typhoons, isn't it?
I do not remember, actually. It has been so long since I played this game.
Actually, yeah, I do know Rod is a quartet of Typhoons.
Typhoons are like late game. Those are late game viable planes. That's why they're so dangerous.
Yeah.
It should. What was I gonna say?
Prism launched.
Oh yeah, you posted the lore about Belka and how most of their pilots were knightly. You can see that in the emblem of the Indigo Squadron easily.
Yeah, the knight helmet.
Yeah,
And,
and the quip about fighting for a real cause earlier.
yeah, well, that's because the ace that's interviewed for, the Indigo Squadron is actually descended from, actual Belkan knights. I'm pretty sure, I know one of them on the Knight Path is, descended from a knight family.
There was a certain live action where a guy is sitting in a really palatial estate, so yeah, he definitely was.
Yeah, and that's the dude I'm talking about, yeah.
He might be one of the later squadrons. I don't think he might be this one. I just don't remember any of the live action except the ones that are scripted to happen, because you get the aces that are dependent on the ace style, and then you just get aces that are there no matter what.
Yeah. Like, the Espada one, like, yeah, it's the same person each time, but what she says changes depending on the ace style.
I always thought it was depending on what happened during the fight, but then I realized later on that...
And his name is John C.
Yeah, spoilers.
You can cut it out.
Yeah, I'll put something over top of it, trust me. So, yeah, like, now we're down to the very last Griffin, the very last Indigo, and this guy, oh my god.
Well, they don't call him an ace for no reason.
Yeah, like, and of course, you know, like, the poor Draken, it's got such low maneuverability compared to, you know, fighters like the Griffin and the Eagle. So, like, trying to outturn this guy is just not happening.
There's always the trick of, well, not really a trick, but just flying far enough away, then turning around and seeing if you can joust with him once in a while.
Well, funny you say that, because coming up in a minute or two... Like, yeah, this is the point when I just say, screw it.
So you just fly away and turn around and go head on with him?
Yeah, I like, it's gonna be coming up here probably fairly soon. Yeah, here it is, here. I just dive straight for the Round Table mountain range and go, alright, we're gonna do this smart.
It's the only way for a knight to go well.
Man,
he's already 15,000 away.
Yeah. And the sad part is, like, I tried to do this again, like, for the second Round Table engagement for Schwartz Squadron, and I got taken out 1, 2, 3 missiles right up my ass doing it. Like, oh god, Schwartz Squadron is terrible.
They're the mercenary one, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're the bane of any new player, I can tell you that.
Yeah, and it's, of course, the one that I have to play because it's the mission where you-know-who shows up.
I do indeed.
And... come on, there
Mission
we
accomplished.
go.
Enemy aircraft down. All Belkan reinforcements confirmed down. Mission complete.
I
Return
don't
to
really see the point of... It wasn't really a reconnaissance mission, it was just kind of, hey, go here and shoot down a lot of planes.
Yeah.
message from Allied Forces Operations
And of course, we get that message right here.
Force has begun its advance. We appreciate your work.
This is the part where Ostia has begun its invasion, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's coming up, yeah. But yeah, basically, we were just told to go out here and pick a fight with Belka for no reason, and it turns out, oh yeah, we were just decoys.
Pretty good decoys, though. You shot down an ace squadron in about... How many planes did you shoot down? Let's see.
Ours probably would have failed. Keep up the good work.
We might see it. I tend to sort of fast forward through these results screens.
Oh, speaking of this, someone in the thread mentioned, and I even noticed this when I actually watched this, but it's amazing how well Pixie keeps your tail the entire time. He'll branch out a bit, but he'll always find his way back to cover you. It's cool watching him in action. I don't think they did that with Ace Combat 5 too well. Like, the AI wasn't exactly the best. And you shot down 12 planes.
So that's how things went in the night version of this mission. Now we're going to see how well Cypher and Pixie fared against the soldier and mercenary bosses for this mission. Stay tuned.
Alright, let's see this soldier play.
Warning, radar shows additional craft
Oh my god.
approaching area B7.
Oh my god, not shooting down this fish bed.
At this point, it's kind of like, what's the point, really? Because it's just going to despawn the second Grun Squadron shows up.
No! That is a wicked emblem.
Report. This is Grun 2. There's 2 of them. Well then, let's have some fun.
Well, these guys are pretty matter-of-fact.
Yeah, these of course are the soldier aces, and oh, I was wrong. The fish bed didn't despawn, but oh well, it's...
Yeah, and now it's flying away. Oh wait, no, turn around.
No,
Now-
it's...
Just tell Pixie to take him out.
Yeah. No, this is the soldier playthrough, so our priorities have now changed, so... You know, the fish bed gets to live another day where we gotta take down all these F-15 Hornets now.
I'm surprised that missile hit, honestly, because of... Even when you get the lock on the entire time, sometimes they can still miss. And FA-18C Hornet, yeah, that is a good plane.
Yeah.
And you were already winning pretty well.
I know, like... Yeah, we were saying in the last video, like, how, like, usually soldier is the middle-of-the-road difficulty, but yeah, I blow through Grun Squadron in, let's see... Not even 3 minutes, Jesus.
Are you gonna have the same luck with the mercenary aces?
No, Rot Squadron takes about probably 5 minutes, but still, like, I know, the ironic part is I probably waste more time with Indigo Squadron, the weakest squadron of the bunch, than I do with the other two. but I guess you could say the conceit there was the Indigo one was done on pretty much my first time replaying through the game in about probably 5 years, whereas this has been like after I've gone through the game 3 times now, so I'm a little more familiar with it now. But yes, a lot of this, especially like the early missile hits, is probably just dumb luck on my part.
That's how I brute force my way through Ace Combat every new game.
Yeah.
Because you don't... You know, speaking of, you did not mention this, but the 2 stats that matter most on the planes are the air-to-air and air-to-ground capabilities. Because the higher the air-to-air capability, the faster you lock on. On the planes, for example. And the lower... It's a big deal.
Yeah,
it's not just because of the special weapons.
Wow, I did actually not know that.
That's why picking this plane... I don't remember its air-to-air, but it's probably better than the Tiger, if anything. It's probably the best idea for air-to-air engagements right now.
Mm.
Just a couple of decoys.
Like, the reason I picked the Gripen was... Or no, the Draken was mostly because of its maneuverability more than air-to-air, but yeah.
And we've already taken out the soldiers, and like soldiers, they died, matter-of-factly, too.
Yeah.
But the mercenary guys, on the other hand, they're cut from a different cloth.
Yeah, we'll see how well that goes.
Mercenary time!
So yeah, interestingly enough, depending on which Ace style you play as, Pixie will say a different thing before the mission update.
Oh, I was not even paying attention to that.
Yeah.
But he does get a lot more smug the more mercenary you are.
Yeah.
Rot Squadron.
And personally, I like their emblem the best.
Time to hunt some wild dogs.
Oh yeah, oh man, I remember this. Look at that paint. You can unlock this paint job, right?
Yep. Yeah, every Ace Squadron that you shoot down, you can unlock their paint for the plane that they appear as.
Assuming you want to lower yourself to piloting that plane. When you get all the newer planes that have like F-22 and its stealth functions, quote unquote, and all the other stuff. Mercenary dogs. Oh, they're in Typhoons
Yeah.
too. Actually, you know, I take back what I said. Typhoon is actually an awesome plane, even to the end game. I forgot. In the middle of this conversation, I forgot they were piloting Typhoon because we were talking about that earlier.
So yeah, the interesting thing about Rot Squadron, characterization-wise, is we're essentially fighting a Night Squadron in a mercenary mission.
Did you say it when you were fighting Indigo, you said you tried to do that jousting thing against these guys and they just killed you immediately for it?
Oh, no, that was Schwartz Squadron, the ones coming up in the next roundtable engagement a couple missions later.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, I tried...
Because Pixie was saying something about long-range attacks, and I was like, did he forget that he said...
No. Yeah, no, this one doesn't go quite as disastrously as the scrapped Schwartz Squadron engagements, but, yeah.
Look, everybody I wouldn't even consider it a spoiler. Anybody who knows Ace Combat 0 knows Schwartz Squadron and how bad Schwartz Squadron can destroy you.
Which I...
It's a treat.
Yeah, which I just found out, interestingly enough, for this LP, because I never actually faced them before.
Oh, man. They, at least you haven't taken a hit from these guys yet, because they're tight.
I took one just as they were coming right at me, just because I got too cocky. But, yeah, no, like, early in the game, especially just on normal difficulty, I think it's like, 3 hits you can take from standard missiles.
It should be 3. Doesn't mean that you took 40% from the first missile you took in the mission. But then, you are playing a weaker plane. I mean, it's not all stats that are useless, but it's minuscule. It might just change it to like 35% on a different plane.
Yeah, but generally speaking, yeah, 1 hit puts you in yellow, 2 hits puts you in red, 3 hits, you're dead. And the higher up in difficulties you go, the less room for error you have, like on, like, hard and expert, I think it's like only 2 hits, and then the second you get to ace, 1 missile, you're done.
I didn't play ace enough to know, like, how easy it is to die. The only time I ever finished an Ace difficulty was on Ace Combat 4, and I exclusively flew the Wyvern for it because I was just like, I want to see S across the board, so I did.
Yeah, no, the only real, like, Ace run that I've ever done was in Ace Combat 6 with the Nosferatu, and even that is just still a nightmare.
I don't even... Man, on Ace difficulty on Ace Combat 6, there are some videos I've seen, and it is terrifying stuff. Because of... One thing you'll learn about Ace Combat is it does a lot of these crazy things that are related to myth, and then it also has these completely unrealistic planes that do a lot of crazy shit. And Rot is splashed.
But the real kick in the ass for, especially on Ace missions, is, like, even after you've cleared the mission and you get, like, the mission accomplished screen, any missiles that have been fired at that point are still considered live, so you can die after you complete the mission and still get a fail rank for it. You have to survive until the mission fades out and deloads.
I don't recall if there are missions where there are still people shooting at you during that kind of sequence, but yeah, you know.
I've had it happen to me.
I haven't. Because maybe... I tend to take a scorched earth policy to everything I do in Ace Combat. Unless I'm trying to avoid mercenary.
Yeah, generally that's the best policy.
Fuck Sam Sites.
See you next time.